Grandma's Kitchen.
There's a fiddle tune and a wooden spoon while she's stirring and singing. There's friends leaving or family land, and then the phone's usually ringing. No matter who you are or what you've done, everything's forgiven.
Thank God. Thank God.
Thank God. Grandma's Kitchen. And ain't it good to be in Grandma's Kitchen?
Grandma's Kitchen.
Hello everybody, Mary Janet here. Welcome back to Tunes and Wooden Spoons. Had a few, of course, little technical issues, so I am streaming from my FaceTime and pray that my phone will cooperate. And it's been a beautiful day here so far. The weather is just amazing. And I have, if you're, to get us started, why don't you take your Cool Whip. If you're using Cool Whip, take it out of your freezer now, and it can just kind of just soften a little bit while we're chatting. We do have a musical guest today. My nephew is here, and we'll chat a little bit more about that after I get these squares made. And I want to say a special hello to a wonderful person who follows Tunes and Wooden Spoons, who was visiting in the Port Hood area this week. Hi Starla, if you are watching, it was great to meet you and have you in my kitchen, and it's always nice to meet new people, but to meet new friends is extra special. So that was a wonderful day, and I appreciate her friendship. So hopefully we'll see one another again. And what else can I tell you about right now? I think we should probably just get right into making this. No oven today, so you don't have to preheat your oven. Hopefully those that are making it with me today already have their lemon pie filling all done and cooked and cooled, because we're just going to put all of the layers together as I speak to you. So the very first thing that I'm going to do, because I'm all sweaty now from this whole scenario here, and I'm going to wash my hands, and then we'll get started, okay? And make sure you take your Cool Whip out, okay? Or whatever you're using, your whipped cream. Some people I know mentioned that they don't like the fake stuff, you know, that and all of that. And you know what? That is your choice. I'm making it with Cool Whip, and I'm sharing the recipes that I've come into contact with. And if you want to change that anyway, you go right ahead. But we'll be using Cool Whip for this recipe as it was passed on to me by Charlene Chesson over there in Reserve Mines, and she would be my son Mitchell's mother-in-law, and I love her lemon squares. So I'm gonna wash my hands. I'll be right back with you. So I've posted the recipe. I scheduled the post to come on at 10 to 2. Facebook were having a little issue, they mentioned, with their scheduled posts. So I hope that it is there. If it, for some reason, has not appeared in my feed on my Facebook page, I've posted it to my website, tunesandwoodenspoons.com, and the recipe's there. It's the recipes on my Facebook page or on my website are in the order, kind of chronological order as I've made them. So you'll find the lemon squares down at the very bottom. Some people were looking for recipes, but that's where it is. And I just put that up there on my website today. So we're going to start. You're going to need your 8x8 pan. You don't have to grease it or anything. It'll be just fine. And you're going to have 2 cups of graham wafer crumbs. That's what I have. And I know that there's some people out there that don't like graham wafers. So you guys will have looked after your own crust, probably a shortbread kind of crust. And I already, under the ingredients post, I posted a little recipe for an 8x8, you know, just a kind of a shortbread base, but that base has to be cooked. So we're going to go ahead with the graham wafer crust. So it's 2 cups of graham wafer crumbs and a half a cup of melted butter. So I have my half a cup of butter here. I'm just going to stick it in the microwave maybe for 20 seconds. And we will add it. There's no other sugar or anything. And I just wanted to give a little shout out there to my daughter Tammy or Margie out in Fort Mac. If there's anything wrong, text Aaron and he'll let me know. He's just sitting there doing nothing in the background waiting for me to get to the next step.
I want my luggage spares.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on for 20 to 30 seconds and melt that, okay?
Is it salted butter or unsalted?
My butter is salted.
Somebody asked that.
So that was 25 seconds and it's basically melted. There's one little piece and that's just fine. Can you all hear me okay? I hope so.
Tammy says it looks great.
Okay. Thank you, Tammy. Tammy says it's all fine. Okay, so add the melted butter to your graham wafers. And stir that up. Now that opening song, I had really wanted to play the whole thing for you. And the little bit you heard, the song is called Cry. It was written by our son Brennan. And the singer on there was our daughter Kelly. And it's downloadable on iTunes and God knows all those other things where they sell music, Apple Music, whatever, Spotify, I guess, I don't know for sure. And they kind of got together as a family. There was 4 of the 7 kids got together and called themselves Company Road and just do sporadic gigs here and there, but not a lot, just when they can. They all have families and they all have jobs to do. But anyway, that song, I kind of really like that song. And now, there's a singer in Halifax, Jason Price, right? And Jason Price actually follows Tunes and Wooden Spoons, and I know for sure he's made the butterscotch pies. Imagine. I love that men are cooking. That's wonderful. So he has recorded Cry on his new CD that's coming out, and I think one of the singles is going to be Cry. It's a little bit different than the way our children were singing it on there, and it's just kind of nice to see that that's happening. So they're all nicely mixed, and you just pour it into your pan. Just fine, like that. And you're going to just spread it around and pack it down. So this is layer 1. There's 5 layers in this recipe.
What size pan?
An 8x8 square pan is what I'm using. 8x8 square pan. No parchment paper, no greasing of the pan. There's enough butter in with the graham wafers to make it not stick, and it really works well. So there we go. So we're just going to set that aside. No, I'm not going to set it aside. I have to do the next layer. So just let me wash my hands off. So the next layer is a half a package of softened cream cheese. I made these earlier in the week. Oh my God, they are deadly. I managed to save one for today to have with tea a little later on, and I have to share it with Aaron. Of course, he loves lemon squares, and I thought I was going to have it all for myself. Right, Aaron? So I have a package of cream cheese and a half a cup of white sugar. And you're going to use 4 tablespoons of Cool Whip. Just kind of guess at that, you know, or those. Okay, and just mix that with a spoon. Perhaps you could mix it up with a beater, but I just did it this way since it was just so little, and it mixes quite well.
People tuning in from St. John, New Brunswick, from Vancouver Island, BC.
That's awesome. Hi to all of those places that are watching. Vancouver, BC, where Newfoundland. I've got some nice followers from Newfoundland. I hope you come over on the ferry sometime and come over for a cup of tea. That would be lovely. Ontario.
Barbados.
Barbados. Oh, you're back again. Hello, hello. That's awesome. Aaron is telling me where everybody's from because I can't see what you're writing. So anyway, that's nicely mixed up, okay? And what I find that works with this, because it's really hard to put this on top of the crumbs because the crumbs want to stick to it and it doesn't spread well. So take small little pieces and just dab them here and there, and then you'll be able to, I'll show it to you momentarily. And then it's easier to spread. Just dab it all over the place. And you're kind of just filling it.
They're rhyming off places. I can't even read them all.
Oh,
Holy God, you're all over the world, Mary Jane.
that's crazy. It's so nice to have somebody here with me. Aaron is just...
Is that Aaron that works for the county? Yes.
That's the same Aaron, yes, that works for the county.
Watching from a boat from Butler Lake.
Oh my goodness.
Texas, Grand Island, Garland's Crossing, Powellfield Road, Tancook Island. Oh God.
That's crazy. I love it. Thank you guys for following me. Sometimes, like last week, I was thinking, oh my God, these poor people. They must be tired of my... You'd think I'd have a handle on this technical issue, but not quite yet.
Changes too fast.
I have had some really good guys here this week. I had Andrea Beaton's husband, Hans, was here, and he was fixing the audio for me. And then my nephew, Frank, in Michigan, tech guy, he was helping me last night. But anyway, we'll figure out eventually, and by then you'll all be gone. So, I'm going to show you how I put it in there. Just little dabs. Can you see all of that? Whoops, they're falling all over the place now after me saying that. So now I'm going to connect them all and spread them out as gently as possible. Really gently. Because this is the hardest part. Charlene was telling me when she makes them, sometimes during this part she'll add a little extra Cool Whip, but I'm just sticking to the recipe. And it says you have to use your fingers to help. And the thing, if it is, you know, you could double this layer if you wanted, but really, it comes with all of the stuff we're putting in. It comes right to the top of the 8x8 pan. Anyway, so you really don't want to make it any thicker.
The Romeo McDonald's are online.
Hello, Romeo McDonald's. Romeo McDonald's are...
I wonder if you chilled the crumbs first. Would that help?
Maybe.
I wonder if you chilled the crumbs first. Yeah.
I have no idea. If you chill the crumbs first, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. But this is really the only hard part to the whole thing. It's going to go really quickly. Almost there. I had lots of company this week. My son Brennan and his wife and their 2 daughters were down for a couple of nights. So that's always nice. And Krista from Dartmouth was just left and went back before the show. Her and little Charlie, I think you all remember Charlie, the little talkative 6-year-old. And it's always nice to have company. Cecil's gone to the races again. He loves those harness races in Inverness. Okay, I think that's as good as it gets. Are you all there with me? I hope so. So, that layer's all done. All right, there we go. All right, now the next layer is you cooked your pie filling, as did I this morning, and you're going to use half of what you cooked. Anyway, and just eyeball half, okay? And just put the lemon pie filling right in. I'm just going to give it a little stir. You know how pudding gets. Okay, and you just spread that on next. with my trusty Pampered Chef spatula. This is the large one I'm using. I love both of them. I have a small one and I have a large one. And they're great. They're nice and sturdy. Okay, that's that part. So you got your lemon layer. Oh my gosh, don't you love lemon? God, that smells good. Okay, next layer. You mix. Let me see now. I better get a proper measuring cup here, because I want to have a little bit left. So it says 1.5 cups. A little bit more. And a tiny bit more, 1.5 cups. And I'm going to put that in with the lemon. And just mix that together. Just kind of fold it over. This is the 4-cup measuring cup from Pampered Chef. It's just that middle size that you easy to work with. You can have a handle on it.
And he just texted, "Hey, let Aaron lick the bowl."
Yeah, we're gonna let Aaron lick the bowl. But he has to sing for his supper.
I know.
Okay, so that's mixed enough. Even if it's not perfectly mixed, it's good. It's just great. We're almost finished. So now, just pour that in on top of everything else. Now there was a lady that makes these squares, or made these squares yesterday. We were messaging, and she loves these, and she loves a little extra zest. So if you have a real lemon, you can put some zest in to give it that little extra kick. Little tartness. So you guys will have to stay tuned, because I'm going to have a little contest after. The really good friend of mine, she makes and sews and crafts, and she does everything, but she makes these little gnomes. She makes them at Christmas, Halloween, whatever. And she, oh, I've got to clean this off. Jeepers. Anyway, one of the cool things that she does is you know, say if you had someone special in your family, like a grandparent or whatever, who passed away, and they had, you know, a shirt that they wore all the time or whatever, but she uses that fabric, and recently she made it a gnome for all of the grandchildren of the granddad that passed away, and his shirt was on each of those little gnomes and was given to them. But I'll show it to you after, between songs here. Okay, now whatever you have left in your Cool Whip dish, now you put that on the top.
If somebody forgot to thaw the Cool Whip, how long would that take?
It does. The Cool Whip takes 5 or 10 minutes. Just use it as frozen, and it's hard to spread, but it's fine, you know. 5 or 10 minutes is all it takes. So again, you just kind of have to dollop this all over, because with it still being a little frozen, which it's the way it's supposed to be served anyway when you're using Cool Whip, it's fine. It softens right up, and just dollop it so you can get a good spread on with that. Now, if anything ever happens to my live stream today, which sometimes it can happen with my phone, just know that if it stops for any reason, I will restart it again, and we'll go from there. I think you're quite used to doing that with me. Okay, so now just spread that as best you can.
What about the lemon filling? Does it go on top? Yeah. Right.
The lemon filling, the recipe is right there. So I'll just review the recipe just so you know. So the base is the graham wafers with 1/2 cup of melted butter, and you put that, like before you even start, you have to cook your lemon pie filling and have it cool or cold if you make it in your fridge, so that you're able to do the layers then. And the recipe indicates that. But anyway, I'll repeat that for you, just in case you're watching and you can't check the recipe. You have 2 cups of graham wafer crumbs and 1/2 cup of melted butter. And then you just put that in an 8x8 square pan, no parchment, no grease of any kind, and just put that in there. And then the next layer is 1/2 package of softened cream cheese that has been at room temperature for a while, so it's nice and easy to mix. And into that you add 1/2 cup of white sugar and 4 tablespoons of the Cool Whip. Seriously, the Cool Whip takes 5 or 10 minutes. It's not going to be perfectly soft, but anyway, you mix that up with a spoon. And you dollop that on the base, and that's the hardest part that you'll have. And just try to spread it very gently as you connect the dollops until you can get it as spread as, because the crumbs like to stick to it. Okay, once you're finished with that, then you're going to use 1/2 of the cool or cold lemon pie filling that you previously cooked and cooled. And you're going to put 1/2 of that on the next layer. And then the next layer is the rest of the lemon pie filling mixed with 1.5 cups of Cool Whip. And you just mix that up, and then you put that layer over that. And then what I just finished here was whatever's left in your 1-liter container of Cool Whip or your frozen whipped topping, whatever it is that you bought. Or if you're using your whipped cream, you guys can figure that out. So, and that's the end of it. And now you smooth it all out. And I have a little bit of graham wafers that I have in a container here. I just have a little bit. I'm just going to take some. I'm going to sprinkle it over it. Just for a nice finished look. I'll bring it close to the camera so that you can see what it looks like. And then you just refrigerate it. And you don't serve it. You let it set in the refrigerator for 2 hours. And Aaron has to stay for 2 hours before he can get another piece, because the piece I'm giving him is from the other day when I made it. So I'll bring this over to the camera. So, I hope yours looks like mine. It's delicious and lemony and delicious. Wondering if Cecil knows my brother-in-law, Sonny Rankin? 100%. 100%. And all of those wonderful Rankins, so much into the horse harness racing. And yeah. So anyway, I'm going to put it in the fridge. I'm not even going to cover it in my fridge. I don't have very much today. And I'm just going to put it in there for a couple of hours. And then I will put saran wrap over the top. And I'll be right back with you in a minute. And we'll have a listen and chat to my nephew. Okay? I didn't have too much, but I have enough. Everything's in the way. Should I put it down a little more, Aaron?
Yeah, probably. That's nice. You gonna sit beside me?
I'm going to sit right beside you. I'm going to talk to you for a minute.
That looks great.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Sunday songs.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming in. It was great to not have the oven on today. So anyway, this is Aaron. I gotta tell you, boy, Aaron, though, you know I'm a big sook. Don't you know that?
Don't be crying on me.
He knows that. But I want to tell you a little bit about Aaron before he starts to sing. So, I was from a family. There were 6 originally, and then there were 5 because an infant had died. Then we lost our mom when we were very, very little, and then we lost our dad when I would have been in grade 11 when we lost our dad, but I was being raised in another home, of course, in the village of Mabu. And so that left, there was Ellie Grady, who lives in Michigan, in Romeo, Michigan, and Bernice, who lives in Antigonish, and John Donald, who lived in Mabu, and then me and my brother Bernie G. And Aaron is the son of John Donald. And what happened is John Donald was married to Louise, and then in 1977 he was working at Gulf Oil, and Aaron was 15 months old.
Yeah.
The youngest of 3 of John Donald's children. And my brother John Donald, yeah, here it goes. My brother John Donald was 28, and he was in an industrial accident at Gulf Oil in Point Tupper, Port Hawkesbury, over in that area. And so Aaron, similar to me, he never knew his dad, and I never knew my mom, really. And so I hold a really special place in my heart to those children of theirs. And Scott lives in Windsor, Ontario, and another one, Amanda. I think Scott was almost 5 when John Donald died, and Amanda would have been 3, and she lives in Windsor, Ontario. And Aaron was 15 months old and living in Mabu at that time, but Aaron lives in Mabu now, and he works at the municipal. He lives on the old property. I still have 25 acres there, just up behind his house. The property was divided amongst the children, and then some of the grandchildren ended up in their parents' portion. So Aaron has worked out west with me, and he's worked in BC, and he's been all over, and graduated from St. FX University, and now he works locally at our county courthouse. And he, on the side, is a singer-songwriter, writes lots of songs. And Aaron, you have to sing Happy Day for me sometime today. One of his songs that he sings is called Happy Days, and that will cheer everybody up. Maybe he'll leave that one a little later. But he always writes about things that are happening or something that moves him. And of course, COVID has been a great inspiration time for him to write a lot of new material. He'll tell you all about his Instagram account and his Facebook page and his fan page, and
It's too confusing.
it's a lot of stuff that he's got going on. But anyway, Aaron, what do you want to say?
Well, no, it's good to be here with Auntie MJ. I'm going to eat all the lemon squares. I'm taking the rest with me when I go home. No, I'm just excited here to sing a couple of tunes for you. And I actually, last week we were texting back and forth last Sunday, and about, or what, it might have been last week when we were about coming here.
Yeah.
And then I wrote a song like shortly after that, and there's kind of a line in it like, an apron needs a little flour. And I was thinking of your aprons. So I want to sing that song.
Okay, we'll do that.
It's called I Still Need You. Just like Mondays need the sun and moon. Oh, just like children need it all too soon. Oh, just like sorries need the color blue. I still need you. Just like an apron needs a little flower. Oh, just like a garden needs a little shower. Or just like the green grass needs the morning dew. I still need you. Oh, just like starlight needs a little shine. Or just like breathing, I need your hand in mine. Or just like the mornings need the nighttime too. Or just like always, I still need you. Oh, just like the ocean needs a little salt. Or just like most times, it's all my fault. Or just like a rainbow needs a sky to go through. I still need you. Oh, just like starlight needs a little shine. Oh, just like breathing, I need your hand in mine. Oh, just like the mornings need the nighttime too. Oh, just like always, I still need you. Oh, just like a puppy needs a little love. Oh, just like the answers are all the above. Oh, just like an old friend who always comes through, I still need you. Oh, just like starlight needs a little shine. Oh, just like breathing, I need your hand in mine. Oh, just like the mornings need the nighttime too. Oh, just like always, I still need you. Oh, just like always, I still need you. Just like always, I still need you.
Awesome.
Your apron.
I love it. I love it. No, I hadn't heard that before. Oh, he's just full of these songs. I can't believe
They're
it.
everywhere.
Did you write that this?
That was just after our conversation.
Just
like
after
every
last
song, I only spend like a half an hour on songs.
That's-
Yeah, I don't have enough time. So, if
I
don't
know
get it-
he's married and he has 4 children.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 children. So
Yes.
he's busy.
Yes.
I keep telling
It's good to be here with no children. There's no children here.
That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. But just to continue the about my brother Donald, 28 and leaving those 3 little children, whatever. But time has a way of fixing things. You still miss them. But the mom remarried years after that, and they had 1 more. And Neil, well, you couldn't have asked for a better dad.
I'm telling you.
Dad,
Yeah.
Neil raised those boys and Amanda, and then Adam came along, and it's wonderful. It's just the way things are happen. Sometimes they're just meant to be, and so you're a lucky guy,
Whew, big time.
big time.
Big time.
So I'm going to go put the kettle on, and Aaron will introduce whatever he's going to do next, and maybe after that, and maybe he'll even sing a couple more songs after this next one, and then I'll talk about the little contest we're going to have, and go from there. But I'm going to put the kettle on, and you can have your little itty bitty piece of square.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and tuning in every week to my Auntie MJ's little cooking show, Tunes and Wooden Spoons. If any of you out there in Facebook land, you can search me up there and kind of like my page, or go to Instagram at Aaron MacDonald Music and follow that page too. It's all about following and sharing this day and age. Following and sharing. It's a different world. I used to just put up a poster and go play a gig, and now those days are long gone. That's how old I am. But I wrote this song on the hill where I live now, the property I live on, where MJ grew up when she was just a wee baby. And I'm back there with my kids and my family, my house. And I'm just thinking about this summer we're all having. It's been the hottest summer I can remember, MJ, the weather-wise. It's been smoking hot here in Cape Breton since the end of May. And I wrote this song just up on the hill, just thinking about it's so good to be exactly where we are, especially during these kind of crazy times. So this song is called Exactly. And then I think maybe, are we having a bite after this?
Yeah, we're going to have
Yeah.
your next song.
Okay, so this song's called Exactly. Hope you dig it. Happy Sunday. I am a simple man, raised in a rural family. Got my pocket of friends, yeah, I'm exactly where I wanna be. No master exactly where I wanna be. 2 hours of it all. Grandma says it's written in the leaves of this cup of tea. Boy, you're exactly where you need to be. Who knows how the story goes? At least when it comes to me, I've made mistakes for the entire world to see. Who knows how the story ends? Oh, what is left to see? This town raised me right, not exactly where I wanna be. Got my piece of land, my father's property. I work it with my hands, yeah, exactly how it's supposed to be. And with my garden girl, you know we plant the seed and grow our own little world. Yeah, we're exactly where we wanna be. Who knows how the story goes? At least when it comes to me, I've made mistakes for the entire world to see. Who knows how the story ends? Oh, what is left to see? This town raised me right, and I'm exactly where I wanna be. Well, nobody knows what's coming next. To you and me both, it's only a guess. I pray for all those who never had the same as me. Oh, this town raised me right, and I'm exactly where I wanna be. Yes, this town raised me right, and I'm exactly where I wanna be.
Awesome, Aaron. Awesome.
Man, your folks comment steady.
I know they're so
awesome.
awesome.
Wicked.
I know they're beautiful, and I unfortunately can't see.
Put your glasses on.
My glasses are reading glasses, and I have distance glasses, and I don't like the progressive lens so that I can do this and do this. No, thank you. So I read them afterwards, unless I'm really close up and I can see.
Or unless somebody's yelling at them.
That's right. So I thought, Aaron could use some extra likes and followers, whether on Instagram or on Facebook. And I thought, I have stuff that I can give away as a prize. And so Aaron, I'm going to make a little post, and I'm going to say that for the contest, they have to either like your page or they have to go to your if they're Instagram people. Follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Is that the two things?
That's the two things, yeah.
Okay. So I want you to email me at tunesandwoodenspoons@gmail.com to tell me I want to enter the contest, and I have followed him on Instagram, or I have liked his Facebook page. And then I will do a little wheelie selection next Saturday. And the winner will get one of these little gnomes. It's a Cape Breton gnome. Look at him. And he's got the Cape Breton tartan. I was telling you about my friend Judy. Judy Gillis makes these. I love them. And she does them.
That's awesome.
She does them in Nova Scotia tartan, Cape Breton tartan,
Man,
in
my beard.
Halloween. Look,
If I had a pointy hat, I might look like that guy.
Halloween, Christmas ones. And she lives in Halifax now, but she's from Port Hood originally.
They're asking, if you search Aaron MacDonald Music on Facebook or Instagram, it should be the first one to pop up. People are asking, what is it?
you
I don't
can-
have a website.
Okay.
Amazing, but
So let me tell you about these gnomes.
awesome.
And I'm just going to read you Judy's note that she left me. She gave me this gnome. and it was so sweet of her, but now I'm going to give it away. But I'll buy another one from her. She sells them for $25. But she said, I started making my gnomes last fall for Christmas gifts. And they are so fun to make, and I make whatever people want. Last Christmas, she made gnomes out of shirts of a deceased member of a family. I told you that, and they were so well received. The grandchildren loved them. I have made several, and some have the country look, and others are for Christmas or for Halloween, just to name a few, whatever you want. And they're $25 each, plus postage and handling. And if you want a gift that you will treasure, send her an email. And she is at this email, and I will post this a little post on this too. Judy C. Gillis, and that's Gillis, Gillis, at yahoo.ca, not .com. And some of these even went down to Boston, out west, all over Nova Scotia, and some even went to New Zealand. They just caught on. So can you just imagine, you know, she's such a crafty lady anyway, but I just thought it was so sweet that I will give this away to the winner next Saturday. And besides that, I will give away, I don't have any, Aaron only has downloadable music now. His old CDs are no longer in there, but they're online. But you know how I play those Falcha CDs? Well, this is in the same series from the Celtic Music Interpretive Center in Judic. And they gave me 2 CDs. Thank you, by the way, to the Interpretive Center. This is Falcha Tunes from the Heart, and this one is Falcha Traditions. And I'll give both of them away. Now, these CDs have, there's selections on here, but they're from all of the artists that we have who call Cape Breton home, and maybe they're not here anymore, but they're somewhere else, but some are here. There's Rodney MacDonald, Mike Hall, Robbie and Isaac Fraser, Troy McGilvery, Melody and Derek Cameron, Kinnan Beaton, Barbara McDonald McGowan is on here. I love Barbara. She's Barbara Johnny Archie. She lives in California. I used to teach at the Valley of the Moon Scottish Fiddling School down in California with her. And she is a beautiful piano player. Andrea Beaton's on here. Douglas Cameron, Glenn Graham, Mac Moran, who was here last week entertaining. Kenneth McKenzie, awesome piper. Buddy McDonald, Jerry Holland, the Barra McNeils. Just too many to mention, but some lucky winner will get this. If you like this guy's Facebook page and you follow him on Instagram, both or either one. And I will send that out to you a week from Monday once we choose who the winner is and that little dial-up thing that I use when I have a little contest. So I wanted just to share that with you. But remember, send me an email that you've done all of the above. And the thing of it is, I was checking with Aaron. I took a picture of how many likes he had on Instagram or followers.
Yes.
And so Aaron is going to confirm once I do the winner, figure out who the winner is from the little random draw thing, and we will assure that you follow the rules. And we'll announce it then. We'll put the video on Facebook. But if I do the video and you haven't done it, well, then I have to go and do it all over again. So don't make me do that. So just going to pour myself and Aaron a cup of tea here.
Wonderful.
And you can taste test.
I love it.
Okay?
All right.
So Aaron, here is the one that I made on Wednesday I made it.
Eat your heart out, Alan Benninger.
And I've got mine here.
I'm getting
and
right
here's
into
a
this.
nice little napkin for you.
What do we need napkins for?
Well, that beard, I don't know, a collector.
Oh, it is a collector.
And I'll pour
Oh my
the tea.
God, this is awesome. Woo. MJ,
You like it?
love it.
They're so good.
So
Thank you to Charlene, Mitchell's mother-in-law. Now here's your tunes.
Oh my God.
Tunes, a big cup.
Tunes and wooden spoons, folks. Beautiful.
And I've got a sweet little mug here. Many of you, I'm sure, are...
Ooh, that's a hot cup of tea.
Many of you are probably familiar with Celtic Colors, and of course it's not being held this year, but it is going to have an online presence. But I volunteer with
MJ volunteers with everything on the planet.
But I am a little volunteer with them. I do some stage managing or whatever, and then I usually MC the Tuesday night show and maybe another one now and again. Not always, and I'm not always available. But as a thank you, one year they sent me this little mug. I just love it, and it's the logo of Celtic Colors on there. And there's larger ones, and then there's this size, and they're available on the Celtic Colors website under their merchandise. Hopefully they're still available, but it's just the perfect little mug. I love it.
I don't even think MJ got a bite of hers yet.
I didn't. I'm talking too much.
I might be eating hers too.
You can go ahead and have it. God knows I don't need it. Okay, Aaron.
Want to hear a happy day?
So,
What else are you?
I'm just going to tell you what we're making. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be making, okay? I can actually tell you what we're making the next 3 weeks, so you'll know what to expect. So it's blueberry picking time around here. So this coming Sunday, on our next issue, I'm going to be making blueberry muffins. And
Can I come back?
you can. Yeah, there's blueberries, fresh blueberries that I'm getting more, but they're from Craignish Mountain. Friends of ours picked them for us and delivered a bunch yesterday. Because I always make the recipes twice because I need to take a picture. So I make them on Tuesday or Wednesday, take a picture, post the ingredients, and then I make it again on the Sunday. So anyway, what you'll need is a couple of cups of blueberries, and fresh or frozen, it's up to you, but fresh is even nicer. And you're going to need a couple of cups of vanilla yogurt for this recipe. So those are the two main ingredients you need. And the rest is basically oil, brown sugar, flour, baking powder, salt, and a couple of eggs and some baking soda. And you're going to need, there's this box of natural bran flakes, it's called. It's here it's made by Quaker, and I don't know if that's available where you are, because I know there's some different countries that, you know, but it's a nice flaky light, you can Google it, but it's Quaker natural oat bran or natural bran. I'm not sure, I don't have it in right now, I have to get some, but that's what we use in these particular muffins, and I'll send you a picture of that. And actually, you only need a cup of large blueberries, but I usually double this recipe and make a couple of dozen, but these make about a dozen. But that's what we're making this coming Sunday. And then the week after that, I'm going to make a blueberry orange loaf that I've never made, but I've been back and forth with a dear person who follows me, Pat, and she's given me her recipe, and she said the smell of that cooking, I can just imagine how good it is. So I'm going to be making that, and we'll be making that while the blueberries are in season. I might as well do that. And actually, the weekend after that, the end of August, we're going to be making the most delicious cheesecake brownies to die for. That's on August 30th. I wasn't even going to tell you guys that, but I thought, well, I'm planning 3 weeks ahead. You're not getting rid of me yet. So Aaron.
Yes.
You are going to sing another song, and then I think you should sing 2 songs.
Yeah. Sure.
And then I'll close it off. How's that, people? I hope you're okay with that. And we'll go from there.
You might do what you want. A happy day?
Yes, play Happy Day. I love this song.
The sun is shining, it's gonna be a happy day. The light of love is inviting us to come play. There's nothing we can do that'll waste our time. So come, let's going back to where I left my friends. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Rain is falling, it's gonna be a happy day. The water of love is gonna wash our blues away. Well, there's nothing we can do that'll bring us down, no, no. So come, let's play in the train that is falling down. 'Cause if we got food, it's food to eat, and it doesn't really matter if it lasts all week. 'Cause when we're down, it comes around again. Oh, I'm going back to where I left my friends. Yeah. Oh, I'm going back to where I left my friends. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Leaves are blowing, it's gonna be a happy day. Happy, happy day. The fall of love is gonna change our lives today. There's nothing we can do that'll steer the way. So come, let's sing till we throw our voice away. 'Cause if we got a life, it's life to live, and it doesn't really matter 'cause we give all we give. When we're down, it comes around again. Oh, I'm going back to where I left my friends. Yeah. Oh, I'm going back to where I left my friends. Yeah. Where I left my friends. I'm going back to where I left my friends. Where I left my friends. Gotta get back to where I left my friends. Where I left my friends. Where I left my friends.
Awesome. Thank you for singing that. I love that song. It's
That old
such a
song.
nice song. I know. How many years ago did you write that?
Wrote that in 1998.
Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Had some buddies of mine that kind of quit school and decided to kind of move to this cabin in the woods in Mabel coal mines. And I was just thinking of them like living in a cabin in the woods in the winter, relying on each other like it's all they had. They had
Oh
no
my
money, no jobs, cutting pulp. Anyways, good song.
They survived.
They survived. They're all productive members of society today.
There's hope for everybody. There's hope for everybody. Yeah. Now you only hope that your own children will be better than you when you were young.
Ooh. Look at this face. I don't want my kids to turn out this way.
Oh, Aaron. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. So I want to stop and pause for a moment here because so many of us, we've survived tragedy and we've learned how to live with it, and you learn from it and you embrace it sometimes, and it brings you down to nothing, and then you rise again and you realize the goodness of people. But when you live in small communities, you know everybody. When around here, we know everybody, or you have a connection in some way. So earlier last week, a young boy from Mabu was in a four-wheeler accident, and he was in a coma all week, but touches everybody so deeply, and everybody rallying around him, and you know, and with these COVID times, his dad works part-time in BC, you know, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, that sort of a schedule. And this young man was flown to Halifax, and in the coma, his mom and his brother were there, and little sister who couldn't go, and And the dad was flown back home immediately. And you know what? He is in the middle of his 2-week isolation and so close and yet so far in Halifax that he cannot go into the hospital to see his boy. But thankfully, people are good. People prayed, and that boy has woke up, and you know he's rallying, and I'm sure he will be okay with the support of so many. And his dad will get to see him at some point in the end of this week, perhaps, or whatever. And as if that wasn't enough, last night, or maybe it was early this morning.
Last night.
It was last night. There was a Jeep accident in an area out in the back roads. Glencoe Mills, McLeod Settlement was the accident, and there was, 4 or 5 in the vehicle, and one young man lost his life from the Wakagama area, and another girl who is the granddaughter of a very good friend of mine, and she's got multiple injuries, broken bones, but she will survive, and she's up there in Halifax. And I don't know the state of the others, but the brother of the boy who died was the gentleman that was driving. And just, the tragedy, I'm thinking of that poor mom and dad that, one child is gone, and the other boy, how is he going to get through living, as the driver, and wondering, and all of that stuff. So if you are people of faith, will you offer a prayer up for all of those families affected, and hug your children, and know that, you never know from one day to the next what will happen. And I pray for those families, and I hope that they will get through this time. And like I said, when you're in a small community, everybody is affected for sure, and you know these people, or someone connected with them, and it's tough. It's really tough. So anyway, I'll turn it over to you, Aaron, for another song, and then I'll say goodbye after he's done this next song. What's the history on this song?
This song, well, I live on the old property. My grandparents own land, Mary Janet's parents' land, and I got 4 kids of my own. I got a daughter, Lily Rain, that's going to be, it's 15 and a half. My son Ollie's 13, Violet May is 11, and Penny Lou is 9. And we were preaching to them this morning about safety and going out and being with friends, and it's so tempting in Cape Breton. We live in such a nice area. You go on the trails, you go back road, and you go boating, you do all these things, right? And it's just, and then when you get older, you try to find that little bit of common ground with your kids, And I was thinking, when I wrote this song, I was sitting on my step looking out at the whole field, and thinking of my grandparents and my parents, and thinking of my own kids, and just how we try to find this common ground between these generations, because my kids look at me like I'm an alien sometimes.
They do.
They do, yes, right? So this song's called Common Ground, just trying to find some common ground with your kids. It's been some time since I've been here. It's been some time since I run on this town. All these faces seem familiar. There must be some common ground. I sing my songs in front of strangers, put on my hat and act the clown. Aside from all the fear and danger, there must be some common ground. Measure time through years and ages. It moves so fast and never slows down. As my children turn the pages, I hope there's some common ground. step I see an old field. Passed from a father to a father on down. Now that it's mine, it finally seems so real, digging in some common ground. 'Cause I measure time through years and ages, moves so fast and never slows down. As my children turn the pages, I hope there's some common ground. Just a little bit of common ground. I watched my love get dressed this morning. Shake my head, words don't come around. Through all this love, there's always warnings, but we're standing on common ground. Measure time through years and ages, and it moves so fast and never slows down. As our children turn the pages, we hope there's some common ground. Oh, just a little bit of common ground. A little bit of common ground.
Awesome again. That's
I like that
beautiful.
tune.
The words, I love them. Just touch my heart.
You
So
didn't
people,
cry.
and I didn't cry. I've heard it before, and I didn't cry, and he always thinks I'm going to cry because I usually do. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed listening to Aaron, and I hope you make the squares or have made them today and that you'll love them. Thanks again to Charlene for sharing that beautiful recipe. And I guess get those blueberries and be ready for next week. And we'll see you next Sunday. I don't have any entertainment schedule next week, so it'll just be me and probably some recorded music. But down the road, I'm sure I'll find somebody who will crash this little kitchen and give you a little fiddle tune or a song or piano tune, whatever. So anyway, thank you all again. Have a beautiful week. Hug everybody that you love. Know that you've just made my life so much more precious, that I just love you and thank you and love one another. We'll see you next Sunday at 2 o'clock. Enter that contest. Like his page. Follow him on Instagram. Bye.